Here we have Coach Ryan Beier with the O'Gorman girls. Coach, you got the kids back out on the field here. How's it feel to get them back out here working?
It's good. It's always, the summer goes quick when you start this early in August, but it's always good to get started. We start school already next week, so you get that fall feel the minute that you get out here and start kicking around and the kids are ready to go and anticipating. You always have that anticipation for an exciting season.
Well, you're going to see a little bit different situation this year, but, I guess during the season, maybe not that much, but sure at the end.
We are. We are really excited about this year being fully sanctioned. It's been an ongoing process for, probably about 10 years now, the state, back and forth, and we are really excited. We've been sanctioned, as long as I've been here, so 10 years, 12 years, and, now it's fully recognized. Our schedule is a little different than in past years, but we do play a lot of the same teams, and we're looking forward to it. Hopefully with the transition time here in the next 2, 3 years, 4 years, we'll start seeing more and more sanctioned teams, and it'll just be, I think once we get the ball rolling and people kind of see how it goes here, it'll be great.
Well, yeah, the timing just, I think, hasn't been the best for bringing everybody on board right now. But, we're going to get a chance to see this year, especially on that girls' side, I think, the kind of quality that is out there that's not in Double-A, and you'll be the gauge of that, you and Aberdeen.
Yeah, absolutely. I really, St. Thomas More, Sioux Falls Christian, Mitchell, all these schools that are going sanctioned, they've basically said we'll play everybody, wherever, whenever, let's just get some games, and I think it's going to be an exciting year in that girls bracket. Aberdeen obviously coming off a defending championship last year in the state high school league. They're going to be good, and they, Merle up there does a great job of having his young kids building, with their teams and ready to go, and we look forward to playing everybody, and all the coaches I've talked to, we're all excited what the season has in store.
Well, we're gonna, be around as many of those games as we can to especially to talk to those teams that are coming in. We were pretty heavy on Double-A last year and want to kind of spread some of that around. So, I'm looking at some kids here that I sure recognize from your last year's season.
Yeah, oh yeah. We actually, we had 5 seniors last year, but we returned a lot of our players. Actually, our whole back line was underclassmen last year, so we have a lot of great returning kids. We have a great senior class this year. Good leaders. They've kind of been in the program for 3-4 years. Some of them have played varsity. Some freshmen, some their sophomore year. So we are excited. Right now it's a group of about 30, 32, and we're just keeping them all together. But we'll start separating them out here in a few days. So.
Well, I was taking a look at some of these young ones you got behind you here. It looks like you got some real players in there too.
We do. Actually, today is our senior leadership day at the school, so the seniors aren't even on practice today. But great young kids. They come to practice with a smile on their face and excited. Great attitudes, and that's what we look for. The attitudes of the kids can go a long ways on the field when you start playing. We have a lot of kids that'll do JV and varsity back and forth a little bit too. So we're excited. They're ready to go.
When do you open up your season and where?
We open up on the 20th at home at O'Gorman against Roosevelt. We are playing all the Sioux Falls schools, the local area schools, Brandon as well. But we kick off the season right away with Roosevelt on the 20th. And then we play Lincoln after that. And then St. Thomas More comes to town. Actually, we go up to Aberdeen right after Roosevelt. So we have Aberdeen up there. Little road trip to get started with. So yeah, we're excited. Here we go.
Well, it's kind of I'm watching the preseason polls come in. We're just going to release that later this week to the media, and it looks to me like there's a lot of respect in the polling for your team.
Well, I appreciate that, and I always like, we like the preseason polls, but we always know that they don't mean a heck of a lot until you start kicking the ball and you get a couple games under your belt. The preseason teams every year, can always change. And I tell you what, the state of South Dakota in the high school leagues, the sanctioned league, and now the club non-sanctioned league, especially on the girls' side, every single game, it's anybody's battle. I mean, it's anybody's can win it, and that's great to see. You used to have some top-heavy teams and some bottom-level teams, and that just isn't the case anymore. You got to be ready to play every night, and it's a short season, 8 weeks, and you got to be ready to go.
Well, we're hoping you'll be ready to go. We look forward to coming and watching your team play on the 20th, and hopefully we'll get to see a lot of O'Gorman girls soccer this year.
Appreciate it. The coverage that we had last year, Soccer 605, all the way through, and being able to, it's a great tool. We get to communicate with the coaches a lot and see some other coaches and other teams and stay connected. We're all colleagues and friends, and it's just great. We love the coverage and glad to see you out here.
Well, like I told Coach Grossman last night, I'm looking forward to my Saturday afternoon visits by telephone with all you guys for the Coach's Corner interviews.
Oh, yeah. That's one of the things we always know. Just be ready for the phone to ring. And it's always great talking about our kids. The one thing about sanctioning, and I think it'll really help, is the recognition of our kids and just the ease of having the sanction website, and the State High School Activities Association, and just kind of the press releases and the easier access. But it's always great talking about our kids, and our teams, and our kids deserve it. They deserve the same amount of credit as any other sport.
Well, that's for sure, and that's what we're trying hard to give them. And, another way that we're doing that, we have a redesigned website this year. I don't know if you've been to it, but we also have our very own app now, and we've been encouraging people to download that app, and hopefully we can get these girls to do that.
Yeah, oh yeah, and I think just having the word out in the app, and I actually tried to download it the other day, and it's probably more my fault than anyone. I couldn't figure it out, but yeah, we're excited. It's again makes it easier for everybody when you can just go to one location and find out standings and compare wins and losses and kind of see what you're coming up against.
Well, Coach Beier, thanks very much for spending a little time with us here today, and we'll be seeing you on the 20th.
Appreciate it, Randy. Thanks a lot.